It is Thursday night. Thanks for clicking in. And a lot to talk about tonight. We might be in the middle of March or almost in the middle of March, but boy, I'm starting to get very impressed with what I'm seeing on the models. And I want to wait one more day till I start really speculating here. But it's worth a video. First, let's dive into what's going to happen tonight. We have a light to moderate snow event coming across the region tonight. Okay, I have 2 to 5 inches. The 5 inches I'm expecting in the higher elevations and more to the north. Okay. If you live in New York City, if you live in central Jersey, you're not getting 5 inches of snow. Maybe a few inches, the roads are warm. I'm not expecting a major deal here. The only problem is the timing of the snow is not perfect because it's going to be coming in the commuting hours. But again, I like what I have. No changes to the forecast. If we go over here now to what the models are showing, I'm using the NAM model. I think it makes the most sense. Snow arrives very, very early in the morning. By daybreak, it's snowing relatively moderately, but what you guys have to understand is the surface temperatures are going to be pretty warm until the storm really comes in. So it's going to take some time for that snow to change over, or the rain to change over to snow, especially in central Jersey, near Long Island. I'm telling you guys, I don't think this is that big of a deal. But we'll see what happens. Moving on, more importantly, there is the potential for something much more significant next week. A lot of details need to be ironed out. Nothing's in stone, but here's what I'm confident in now. I believe that a big storm is going to form. That I'm relatively confident in. The problem is, where is the storm going to track, as always? And there's a few solutions I'm looking at right now, but let's take you through the actual setup. Very cold air gets delivered Saturday and Sunday. This is Arctic in nature, overwhelms the eastern seaboard, okay? Good ingredient for winter storms. You need cold air ahead of the storm, especially unseasonably cold air like you're seeing here, okay? That's ingredient number 1. Ingredient number 2, you need energy. And boy, we are going to have a lot of energy coming onto the field early next week. What you're looking at here is just disturbances in the atmosphere at 18,000 feet. 1, 2, 3. These are actually 3, basically, northern jet, Pacific jet, subtropical jet. And the most important thing here, guys, is this ridge in the west. The more this is amplified, so the more steep the jet stream rise in the west, the bigger chance that things are going to consolidate in the east. And the models have been very consistent in saying, hey, you know what? We're going to have a little bit of a storm that goes to our south on Sunday, and the energy is going to catch up to that storm, and it's all going to consolidate along the eastern seaboard. So what does that mean at the surface? Well, at the surface, it means we're going to have a pretty big storm potentially develop. So here's that storm passing through over the weekend. Here comes the energy that I just showed you. This is now at the surface. Everything consolidates into a storm that's going to track somewhere between, say, 70-40, and I would say even more inland of that. I'm starting to get concerned here that this actually amplifies more than expected, and we could even see issues where coastal areas could see mixing if this verifies. There is another scenario that goes out to sea, but I'm starting to think that this might amplify more than expected, and we might see a very heavy north and west of I-95 event. But again, I'm not speculating on this till tomorrow, but you can see the models are really impressive with how they're trying to blow up a storm here. Okay, so much more to come on this, guys. Big post tomorrow morning. Just know there is the potential next week for something rather significant. And by tomorrow, I'll start to speculate on actual track. By Saturday, I'll start talking about amounts. And we'll see what happens. Thanks for checking in.